Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, guys, what's up? Welcome to Venca Rants action. My name is David. Once in a while, I like to upload a random video to YouTube where I'm ranting about this thing or that thing. And tonight, I've got something special I want to talk to you guys about. This is AniDB.net. It's sort of like an anime database that I've been making use of lately. If you guys know me, you guys know that I'm big into anime. I'm a huge weeb, and I've been watching a lot of it lately. Probably too much of it lately. But as a part of my recent explorations into the art form, I've discovered this website. It's been around for quite a long time, I'm sure, and I'm really behind in getting into it. But I found it so impressive as a platform, both in terms of the amount of information in this database, as well as the technology behind it, that I really wanted to take this chance to talk to you guys about it. Basically, AniDB is a database of anime. It's a database that details things like the various series out there, the characters, the creators, the staff, all that stuff. It's a platform that's kind of like all-in-one for learning and sharing about anime. And one really cool thing about it is that on top of being a database, it has a lot of cool social media features. For instance, I've created a profile over the past few nights. If I go to my place here, you'll see it. I'll link this down in the description below if you want to check it out. Basically, I have some details about me, but more importantly, it has details about the anime that I like. I've filled in my favorites here. You're able to fill in things like subcategories of your favorites. I created some like pseudo genres to sort my favorite anime into. And also you have what's called My List. My List is not only your favorite anime, but basically any anime that you've watched before, whether it be one episode or an entire series. If I were to go up here to My List, you'll find pretty much every anime that I've filled in on this website as having been watched by me. In this case, they're all anime that I've watched to completion. And what's really cool is that on top of listing the anime that you've watched, you can actually rate it with this voting system. You can vote on each anime from 1 to 10. And you can actually sort by votes as well. So you can not only sort by like the votes for the entire like site-wide to find the anime that people are rating highly, but if you go to an individual user's profile page like mine here, you can actually see the anime that I like. So on my favorites page, I listed anime that I think is like really like personally meaningful to me. But even on this page here, you can see the things I've rated highly in general, whether it be a 10 score or a 9 score or an 8 and so on. Or you can go to the very end and find the shit that I really did not like, right? If you go to the very bottom here. But or things that I have not rated yet in this case. But yeah, it's a really cool site with a lot of great features. And for instance, let's say you want to learn more about Bakemonogatari, right? You can click that right here. And you're taken to a page that has some really fantastic graphics, as well as a huge wealth of information. The name in English, the Romanized name, the name in Japanese, the type of show that it is, how many episodes it is, what year it came out, as well as some really cool tags. Now, this site in general, on top of having a ton of information, the technology behind it I find extremely impressive. So on the one hand, it's a fantastic collaborative effort between countless users in the fan base to create this database that has so much info. But the fact that on a site that has no ads, no pop-ups, no nothing, and which is so well organized, I find it incredible how the site works from a technological perspective as somebody who is myself a web designer, right? Like you can hover over all the tags here and learn about what the tags represent. So just at a glance, you can discover anime and find out sort of what it's about. And I can click any of these tags and find other anime that have these same tags, right? Like for instance, contemporary fantasy anime, right? Ecchi anime, harem anime, right? Romance anime. You can click these tags and find countless series that satisfy those tags. And you can read about, of course, how it's rated in terms of the overall community on average. Learn about the staff, including, right, various details about the writer, right? The tags for the writer and stuff. Like, it just is so deep. It is so deep. Photographs of the various staffers in some cases. Let's see if I can actually bring this full screen so we can kind of get even more of this on stream at once here. Yeah, super impressive. Here's the description of the series, including character tags, or character links, right? You can watch some anime that are directly related, right? Like sequel series, prequels. You can learn like how the seasons connect to each other. That's fun. You can find similar anime as voted on by the community. That's really cool. It might be based on tags for all I know. That's kind of a fun way to discover more anime. For instance, the Tatami Galaxy is one that I've been looking forward to watching at some point. I find it interesting that you can kind of find a sort of pattern in the anime that you're into as you kind of browse through this site. You kind of create like a web of anime. How cool is that you can kind of hover over the graphics and see them pop up with some full screen versions. You can kind of get a better look at the graphics. How dope is that? You can leave reviews and read reviews for anime that you like. Let's see if I can get this off the screen here. I've been praising the site here, and I got a little bug there. Yeah, you can read all these reviews here from various users around the site. You can engage in discussions on the message board about this. You can read all the tags that people have tagged this anime with. And you can see that they're kind of like scaled, I believe, based on how many users have voted with that tag or applied that tag. So you can see that it's very much a contemporary fantasy. Has aspects of, undead and exorcism, angst, right? Funny expressions, breast fetish, right? A lot of fun stuff here. You can kind of learn, again, at a glance about the anime and decide, for instance, if you might want to watch it, right? Of course, take these with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's such an effective way, I found, to discover anime that you might like. You can learn about the characters. What's really amazing is that if you were to click on these characters, you can see all about their various stats, right? How they dress. You can learn about their backstory and stuff. And if you click on the actual character's character page, you can learn even more, including who the voice actress is, what other anime they've appeared in, including cameos and stuff. It's really fascinatingly in-depth. And of course, Bakemonogatari is a pretty popular anime, but even for very obscure anime, there's all this detail for you to read about. And yeah, I've really found it. These are the awards this character has earned on the site. I found it to be an indispensable resource when it comes to learning about anime and discovering anime. So I'm going to see if I can close this tab here and go back to where I was. But there's more, right? You can actually learn about the various doujin groups that have been publishing torrents of this anime, including the sources they've used, what date it was last updated. Just a really excellent platform to learn about the fan aspect of how these anime have been localized and distributed across the various torrent sites and who's been translating them and so on and so forth. We have episode lists, right? You can learn about how long each episode is and when it first aired, descriptions of it. I think they're probably even tagged and stuff. It's super duper impressive. I cannot state enough how fascinating I find it. Not only that this site has so much information about each anime, but that it's organized so well. It's really, you're watching this stream right now at 720p, so I've kind of like zoomed in a bit so you can see more of the text, but you might be browsing it at 1080p or higher. And the way the page flows, I find to be, it takes a little bit getting used to, but as somebody who has like a lot of OCD tendencies, I find it fascinating how this site has been designed to convey so much information in such a small amount of space. And yeah, the fact that it's all managed by fans on a Patreon, it's just, a Patreon budget is shocking to me. I think that a lot of websites from much larger organizations could learn a lot from how the site is designed, just in terms of how slick it is, man. So slick. So let's say, for instance, that we want to watch a new anime. Let's say we were huge fans of Bakemonogatari, why wouldn't we be, right? Let's say I want to learn more about anime. Let's buy Shaft, right? Here's Shaft. Let's learn about Shaft, the animation studio. If I were to scroll down here, we'll see that they've got some anime here that I've not seen before. Let's see here. What do we got? Mori no Tontotachi. Can't Stop Dreaming. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, they did What's Michael? Hey, dude, there's a TV series. I didn't know there was one for What's Michael. Let's go check this out. When I was a little boy, I had manga of What's Michael. I didn't know there was an anime TV series. You can learn about it on Wikipedia with these links right here. How cool is that? You can even find stuff about it on other anime databases. That's cool. Here's all the staffers, including their roles they play. If I want to learn about Michael the cat. Domestic cat. Your husbando is 0% trash. Cool. There's an alternative version, huh? Okay. So there was an OVA version as well. Not a very popular anime, and yet still we have graphics for the characters. We see these are the releases. Okay, so now I know what to look for if I want to find torrents of this anime. That's cool. Let's say, for instance, I want to watch this anime, right? Because I'm signed in, I can add this to my wish list of things to watch. Just that easy, right? And let's say, for instance, I hadn't watched it before. I can add it to my list with this. And I can choose which episodes I've watched, right? Whether I've watched it or not. Add it to my list, right? And then you can come to my profile page later and see that that's there as something that I've watched in the past. But in this case, I've added it as a to watch anime. And yeah, I just think it's such a dope way to learn about anime. As you see, we kind of went on a little journey there, a little microscopic journey of looking through, Bakemonogatari, finding that their, animation studio was Shaft, finding that they had made anime going way back to the 80s, in some capacity. And, yeah, finding What's Michael here, an anime that was, familiar to me as somebody who read the manga as a young man. Yeah, so cool, right? What a really great site. And I think that if you're like me and you tend to watch anime with friends a lot, it's a really cool way to say, hey, listen, I'm Vencabot, check out my profile page, see what I'm into, see what I've watched, see what I've rated highly, right, on my list, and we can discuss, things that we have in common. We can recommend anime to each other, including right through the site, right? For instance, if I were to go to my list here, right, and let's say I want to recommend an anime I enjoy called Angel Beats, right? You can click on this right here, click on that right there. I missed it, guys. I'm sorry. I terrible with the mouse. And you can scroll down to the recommendations area, and you can actually write your own recommendation, right? I can say, hey, this anime is so cool. You're gonna love it, with a U, and then space, and then a couple of exclamation marks and some ones, right? Add your own recommendation. You can also recommend it to friends in particular. I think that if I were to scroll up here, right, I can actually recommend it to a buddy. The site does have these, these social aspects to it. Yeah, so impressive to me. Before I sign out here, one more time, shout out to the developers of AniDB. Shout out to all the users who have been tagging things and adding anime and sharing their wisdom and their experience with this beautiful art form. The programmers, man. People out here coding the site. Fantastic job. The designers, so cool. The fact that it's, again, no ads, no pop-ups, and just, by fans for fans as a way to, learn about anime and spread the love of this medium we all love so much. But yeah, I'm going to sign off here, guys. Thank you for indulging me in this little rant. Before I do, I want to thank the people who make the channel possible. Thank you to the supporters on Ko-fi, guys. That's ko-fi.com/Vencabot. Thank you, James Micheletti, Robib, Zarkasm, Jabby, Gert Locker, Ginseng, and Jiffy. Thank you to the supporters on patreon.com/Vencabot as well, of course. People like Balls Deep, Decoy Mandis, Foul Mill, John Hernandez, Max, Mutant XP, Oni, Ramen, Prime Opus, and Salty Face. Thank you, An Eagle Just Flew Off with My Baby to No Fault of My Own. Thank you, Audrey Apples, Because I Am Podcast, Karina Dicksucker, June Newworth, Envy Bariqua, Eric Smicho, Lugo Luna. Thank you, Hunted, Gene Haley, Lightworks, Michael Hinkle, Rob Martin, Rob Sykes, Chief Jones, and Wade Local. Thank you, Ann, Antonio Sanchez, Brandon Williams, Drew Katzikis, 4TL, Ginseng, Good Vibe City, Juna Anon, Keith Betts, Kyle Glass, Mumblues, and Rage Against Arcade Machine. Thank you, Blue Raz Rush, Brian X, Donka, Dapper Dons, Dasman's Gaming, Herb Durkin, I'm Joey Cruz, Julianne Bergman, Kaiju, Mark Parker, Momo, Parmillion, Phil Harrison, Steph Gomez, and William. Thank you to the Twitch subs like Third Noobster, Aretha Frankenstein, Arteus, Balls Deep, Blue Abs, Boyker, Bonza, Berdrinka, Cavias, Chulak, Decoy Mantis, DFW Waxed, Dicksucker, Digi Moonlight Strike, Dr. Burgerstein, Dirk Blur, Ida Rocha, Fight J Fight, Furbay, Herb Durkin, Ink Kyoshido, Insilo, Jabby33, Thank you, Jiffy Beefy, KG the Legend, Legalized Ranch 801, MF Dominus, Mothman FGC, Mr. Part 2, Nearhan, Neon Riot 4, New Hell Studios, Nuke Pool 16, That is Templar, Aura, Orange, Overlord Steve, Red Panthers Bear, Rescue Ryan, Rotor Lover 89, Seeking 2000, Shadow Wolf 0, Sofa Stream, 3 Venge, Tiger Uppercut, Yo Q, Yo Green 3S, and Zanzu. I'm going to put my my AniDB profile link in the description of the video. If you guys enjoy this site, then let me know in the comments what your profile link is. I'll add you as a buddy. This place is so cool. Yeah, if you're like me into anime, definitely check it out, guys. I will see you guys shortly. Next Monday, we're doing Neo 2 on the Twitch stream. As for what's on YouTube, no clue, man. YouTube is so crazy. I will see you guys around. Peace out.